What's up, bitches? Like I said, this week is mostly all college basketball. We do have one little update for you. The NFL Combine on the defensive side of the ball. Basically, I'm going to make this quick, short, and sweet, just give you the information that you might need. Jeff Okudah, he got hurt. Not great. But the funniest part of the whole entire weekend was the confrontation that Jeff Okudah had with a reporter from, I think it was called Scarecrow. Basically, he went into the interview section of the Combine, talked to Okudah and said, he's like, you've been known to be in your career as a sloppy player. What are you going to do to fix that? Jeff Okudah, meanwhile, last season, didn't have a single pass interference penalty or a holding call against him. So he's probably sitting there like, the fuck is this guy talking about? What sloppy play? He's like, I mean, you've been known to get penalties in your life. And Okudah, literally, word for word, said that back to him. He said, hey, didn't get any defensive penalties last year, pass interferences, no holding. I don't know what to tell you. I've been pretty solid. Well, the guy then came back on Twitter, because apparently he didn't get a response after that, but he then came back on Twitter saying, like, hey, you've made some pretty big penalties in your life. You know, we're reporters. We're supposed to ask the tough questions. Even though you literally recanted saying he didn't commit any penalties last year. So what big penalties are you talking about? In the first few years, you learn as you go. But apparently, this guy said, nah, I'm right. I'm going to go at it. Well, joke's on him, because Scarecrow then fired him within the next few hours. What a fucking loser. Anyways, Okudah didn't really do much because he was hurt. But that was a funny transition and things that we got to see. And I'm pretty happy because that fucking loser who doesn't watch football got canned. What a bitch. Anyways, Kenneth Murray, Patrick Queen, star linebackers, both got hurt. I don't think that's going to do anything for the draft stock, obviously. They got hurt on the 40s. They were running as fast as they could, just ran right out of their fucking legs. They'll do much better at their pro day. They'll come up there. Teams will be able to see them there. It'll be a better situation. Antoine Winfield Jr., the son of the former Pro Bowler, Antoine Winfield, was amazing. He was one of the stars of the show. Did amazing things all the way around, and he's a guy you need to look out. I've seen him skyrocket to even the second round. He could be a star in the making, just like his father. Javelin Guidry. Hope I pronounced that right. He ran a 4.340, one of the fastest on the day, and they think he could be coming up because he had a very successful combine. Then again, people fall in love with the 40s at the combine, and that can also hurt you because we saw a few years ago, or just kind of every year at this point, people fall in love with speed. They're not actually good at anything else other than the speed aspect. John Ross? But anyways, AJ Epineza. He's actually falling. He had a bad combine. They don't think it's going to affect him like to where he falls out of the first round, but I've seen him go later and later in the first round. I've even seen him in a recent mock draft fall all the way to 32 to Kansas City. I don't think he drops that far, but the way they're talking about, especially with that combine, he did not look great. So we'll have to see how it goes. Derek Brown ran a 5.16 40, but what the more impressive story is that Marlon Davidson, his counterpart there at Auburn, was actually better in every single statistical category at the combine. Not only that, is Derek Brown is apparently very to himself. He stays to himself, doesn't really get too flamboyant, too crazy. Marlon Davidson, on the other hand, is the exact opposite, and he goes pretty much crazy, talks about everyone. He talked about Derek Brown basically as if Derek Brown could not talk, and basically explained everything in their own situation. People are loving Marlon Davidson. Derek Brown kind of stayed the same, but Marlon Davidson talked his way up the boards. Definitely see him possibly in the first round. I see him definitely in the later rounds, talking his way up. A star, Willie Gay Jr. out of Mississippi State, ran a 4.46 40 and just looked exceptional everywhere else in the combine. Looked really, really good there from Mississippi State, and I think he could possibly talk his way up. I've seen him now in a mock draft from second, maybe even third round. Could do something special. And finally, the guy that we... What the fuck was that, Evan? Anyways, the guy that we've all been waiting to hear about, the man, the myth, the legend, the freaking hybrid monster star, Isaiah Simmons. He was a beast. 4.39 at the 40, can literally do everything. When they asked him, what are you on defense? He says, defense. I literally am the entire defense. I can play every position. I am a star. The NFL nowadays is almost a positionless league. That's a lie. Not a positionless league. But he's saying that on defense, and he can do everything. And the truth is, he can do everything, and he's going to be a star in the league. And as more and more time goes on, God damn it, I want the Lions to take him. Fuck Okudah, take Isaiah Simmons. But you have to remember at the same time, Bob Quinn is absolutely in love with Okudah and sucks his dick. So, that won't happen, but Isaiah Simmons is a star in the making. and he might even be the best player in this draft. Who knows? He might be better than Chase Young, but we will have to see, guys. But that is your update on the defensive side for the NFL Combine. Hopefully, it all goes well for him, and we'll see how it goes later in the NFL season. We'll see you next video.